live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 2026. Take Care of Self Day, the role of self-care in genealogy and family history. And our question for you today is: researching family history can be exciting but also overwhelming. Have you ever taken a break to take care of yourself while diving deep into genealogy? That's kind of what I was forced to do today because I woke up feeling a little off. Not quite my usual energetic, bubbly self when I bounce out of bed. I just sort of like crawled out of bed. And I've been a little off all day today. Had headaches that have been coming and going all day. I got another one that's about to come in. I think it's just niggling at the back of the brain there. And we even, so I stepped away from the computer. I was doing some research, so I stepped away from the computer completely and just made sure I stay hydrated today. Had some coconut water, which is awesome for natural electrolytes, and just took a nice, quiet, careful day today. Careful as in caring fully for myself day. We even sat out the back this afternoon. I don't know how long we were sitting out the back on the patio out there, but it was beautiful out there. It was, I don't even remember what the temperature was. I think it was like around 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is somewhere around 20 degrees Celsius, which is somewhere around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. Yeah, something like that. But it was just absolutely beautiful out the back there. It's in the shade, and we've got these foldable chairs. And you know how you get those bags that fold up and you put them into the bag and you sling it over your shoulder and off you go, the sporting chairs, the outdoor camping chairs, those sorts of things. We've got these ones that are like club chairs, and they're nice. They've got the high, you sit in it and my shoulder comes up to the edge of the chair where it comes up, and it's basically a club chair. It just got this high sides that come all the way up across the back. It's just at the right height to tip the head back. And we were out there for, I don't know how long we were out there for, but we were out there long enough that I completely fell asleep. With my feet up on the footstool. It was awesome. And when I woke up from that, we then went for our walks. It went until after 5 o'clock, because then we went for our evening walk. So it tells you we were out there for a little bit, getting a lot of good fresh air in there. And Zeffie was just laying there on the rug and snoozing and doing her thing and going and laying in the sun, then coming back again and going and laying in the sun, coming back again. And it was just nice. I didn't take I had my phone on me, but I had nothing else with me. And I just sort of like laid back and closed my eyes and just rested and just relaxed and just let myself, who was it? Somebody told me about this trick, that when you need to relax is that you take 3 deep breaths, and as you let each breath out, you make a sound with it. So there's quite often I'm laying in bed. I'm going to tell you a funny story about this real quick. Zeffie does it too. She is so funny. So, you take a deep breath all the way into your lungs as far as you can. And as you exhale, you go like, or make some sound of some sort. Just do a big ha as you release it. And as you do that, when I'm doing that in bed at night, I can actually feel my body like sink into the mattress. And I have a body pillow as well. So I just feel my whole body just sink into the bed and get very comfortable. And I was sitting here one time, and Zeffie had been racing around. This is before she had her seizures and stuff. And she jumps up onto the chair over there. Where is she in there? Oh yeah, she's on the floor behind me. She jumps up on the chair over there, and I hear her taking the deep breath, because I can hear her when she breathes in. And she takes this deep breath, and then she goes, oh. And then she takes another deep breath and did it again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she did it 3 times. And I was just like sitting here like, wait, what? So even the dogs picked it up. But there are times that we have to take care of ourselves when we're researching. We're constantly looking at computers. We have to take care of our eyesight. We're constantly sitting at computers, typing up things and researching stuff. We've got multiple screens open. We've got information coming at us from all these different screens and things. And of course, then there's the bits that try to sidetrack you. You have your question and you want to answer your question, but you've got all this stuff coming in from the side. And then there's the excitement that builds. It's like, oh, maybe I'm there. And the legs start shaking, the hands start shaking. You think, yes, this is going to be it. That's going to be in this document. It's going to be in this document. Oh crap, it's not. And then so you had this big build up, and then you just dive back down again. So researching genealogy is a big emotional roller coaster, especially if it is your personal tree. Yes, do I get emotional when I work on clients' trees? Absolutely, because I want this for them. And my one client, when we were just finding each generation had some different amazing adventure and story to tell that had happened in their tree and stuff. Oops, excuse me. And I was like, what am I going to uncover this time? And then we uncovered a new fact, and I was like, oh, that is so exciting. And so I thought, no, I'm not going to call her and tell her. I'm just going to put it here, and then because we've got the reveal coming up on Friday, so we can give her this information on Friday. This is before I did weekly updates. And, so I thought, we've got the reveal coming up, so we will do that. And so it's like, oh, and so then I wanted to go research this other portion of the tree, because there was a rumor that the grandmother, this third great grandmother, was related, not only related through marriage to this particular historical figure, but she was also a cousin of this. I haven't found the cousin connection though, although there are a lot of documents that I have read that talk about this woman and about how she was a cousin to this person, how her and her brothers were cousins in some way to this person, yet her two brothers married his daughter and his niece. And I'm sort of like, okay, all right, we've got the cousin thing going on, that's fine. But I have yet to find the connection between these three kids and the cousin. I haven't been able to prove the cousin thing yet. Then there's the days that you get frustrated when your stress levels start going up. But most of the time for me, it's pretty even keel, although I will start going up and down because when you make a discovery, you get all excited, and then you get back in there and you got to find make another discovery, got to find another fact, and that excitement level just starts coming down, because every record you look at, it's not the one you want. It is the one you want, but it doesn't have the information that you want. It's the one that you want, but it doesn't have the information. And so that starts coming down, and then you find that piece and you're back up. So you're constantly on this emotional roller coaster. It's it's a fun thing. But despite all of that, did you know that genealogy research has been linked to reducing stress and increasing a sense of identity? But like any hobby, it's important to find balance. It really is. And when I was doing this as a hobby before I became a professional with it, it was very hard to find a healthy balance. I mean, Brad used to come into my office at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I'll still be doing research. And like when he went to bed, he said, "Oh, you coming?" Oh, yep, I'll be there in a minute. And, like 3 hours later, he comes in and says, "Are you coming to bed?" And I go, "Yeah, I'll be there in a minute." He says, "You told me that 3 hours ago. It's now 2 o'clock in the morning, or it's now 3 o'clock in the morning." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Oh, let me just make this note," and I'll put myself a note as to where I was and what I was looking for. Because it could be the fact that I'd gone down like my 10th rabbit hole and in this rabbit warren, and I was down this other tunnel and all over the place. And so it wasn't giving me a healthy balance. I wasn't finding the healthy balance in it. Once I became a professional, it was now on my calendar. It's scheduled in there. And I even make sure that I put in times when I am going to research my own family. So if genealogy becomes an emotional intense because you're uncovering family secrets, it could be adoption, lost relatives, unexpected DNA results. You're feeling connected to ancestors' struggles and hardships. You're trying to put yourself into their shoes to what was it like living back then. But sometimes you overlap modern day with what their historical time period was. And you're going, oh no, hang on, they couldn't have called because they didn't have cell phones. They didn't have phones at all in that period. So they would have sent a messenger off to get somebody to come back, or they would have to scribble a note that they then sent the messenger off to go and hand it to that person. And then there's also the frustration with brick walls. And I know brick walls can be very frustrating. I have come across them time and time again. So that's when it can get emotionally tense. When the family history becomes overwhelming, you're feeling the pressure to document everything at once. If you do it as you go, if you document as you go rather than getting to the end of the day and going, oh, I've got to go back and write where I was. No, do it as you go, and it helps balance that out. Becoming emotionally drained by difficult discoveries, that can have a huge impact. If you don't know that there's a tragedy there of some sort, whether you're uncovering a lost relative, you've got unexpected DNA results, you've got an adoption in there, then if you can get emotionally drained by the difficult discoveries. Always go in expecting the worst and hoping for the best. If you spend too much time researching and neglecting self-care, I am so guilty of this one. And I'm trying to remedy that. Like, getting a little bit of night's sleep and then getting up and working and doing a full day's work the next day, sleeping, operating on like 3 or 4 hours of sleep because you were up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So you're neglecting your self-care by not getting a good night's sleep. If a discovery feels overwhelming, take a step back. Research is a marathon, not a sprint. I hear that in so many different business aspects and everything. When you're researching, when you're doing any research on anything, even scientists will tell you this when they're testing theories or coming up with new designs or that, and you've got those that are the architects, an architect can't sit down and draw a plan in like 5 minutes and go, here you go build this. No. It's still a marathon. It's not a sprint. It may be a half marathon, not a full marathon, but it's still a marathon because they have to take time with the details. Because if they get one detail wrong, it could mean a building collapse. It could mean danger for anybody who's staying in that building. So most of the things that you do in life are a marathon. It takes time to build a business. And yes, I know there's all those people out there that says, oh, if you do this and do that, they don't give you the nitty gritty. They give you an overview. I tested this theory. I watched one woman. She says, oh, this is how you can sell your templates on from Canva on Etsy. And so I thought, okay, I will give it a try based on the steps that she gave. There were so many missing steps. It was like, are you serious? Here's her commercial saying, oh, you just go here and you create your design here. Then you click here and then you click here and then you upload it to Etsy. No, she missed out a whole bunch of steps in there. It took me a while to figure it out, but I got it figured out. Can I do it faster now? Absolutely. Can I get a listing done in 5 minutes after I've finished creating the design? Can I get it up on Etsy in 5 minutes? Absolutely. Because now I know all the steps. So if you are not taking care of yourself, you could be missing some of the important steps, which could be why it leads to frustration or it leads to overwhelm because you're missing some of the key steps that you need to take. So ways to practice self-care while doing genealogy. Set healthy research boundaries. Limit screen time. This with the computer, biggest thing. I know there's things about blue lights and there's glasses you can wear for blue lights and all of that. I've tried them. I hate wearing glasses. I hate wearing my own glasses. I hate having to get into a car with glasses on to drive because I need my glasses to drive. It could be disastrous if we didn't. But it's getting to the point where it's sort of like, I really hate wearing glasses. I really do. So limit screen time and avoid late night deep dives. Yes, two of my biggest things that I have to work on is limiting my screen time and avoiding late night deep dives. I try to make Sunday completely unplugged where I'm not looking at a screen. I may be watching a movie that's on TV that's completely different to sitting at a computer and at that screen and being in that wrong sitting position. So take breaks between research sessions. Designate one genealogy free day per week. I know that's really hard to do. It's like telling myself that I can have one piece of chocolate a day, except on Sundays. I'm not allowed any chocolate on Sundays. And so like, yeah, that ain't going to happen. If I can allow myself 2 pieces of chocolate a day, and then on the 7th day, I have only 1 piece of chocolate, I can deal with that. But no chocolate at all. Yeah, no, that's not going to be it. I actually thought at one point, it was like mid-afternoon, I suddenly thought, got the stinking headache again. Have I had chocolate today? Like I had to stop and think, had I had my chocolate that day? And I was like, I haven't had any chocolate today. So I went and got a piece of chocolate and had that while I was walking outside to sit in the chair. And that's when we went outside to sit in the chair. And I was like, yeah, and then we'll just take a little snooze here and that'll help with that. It helps some, but it's starting to come back again. So I might have to have a second piece of chocolate to help rid it. But I've also got my oils here too. So I'm going to go find the one that's good for headaches and see. Actually, is that the peppermint one there? Oh, it is the peppermint one. Yay. Peppermint oil on the back of the neck, right at the bottom of the hairline, can be good for headaches. And you can also do it along here. They've got to be careful though when doing it along here and on the temples. This is a roller one, so it's already diluted. Because don't do too much along here because any excess may dribble down and into your eyes. And just remember, when you go and run your hand through your hair, don't go then rubbing your eyes. Yes, you got to remember those sorts of things. Make sure you need a sniff of that. Oh, it feels good. Oh, I got peppermint beadlets too. Sorry, we're just doing a self-care moment here. These are peppermint beadlets. I don't even know if I can show you one. This is all they have. There's a little dollop of oil in there. Not even a full drop. But you put them in your mouth. You let them dissolve in your mouth. And then as soon as the membrane is gone from around the oil, you get this nice fresh breath. But then what you do is you start inhaling through your nose, and it will clear out your sinuses beautifully. And because it's peppermint, it will all right, that's working the brain up a little bit. All right, so back to what? So we also practice mindful research. So keep a journal of thoughts and emotions during your research. This is a good way to get the stuff. Hang on. That's really hitting now. You want to make it intensify it, you just go, oh, I don't have any ice in my water. It's room temperature water, not ice water. When you after you've done that with the peppermint and you've done the deep breaths through the nose and out through the mouth, you take a sip of ice water and your whole head just goes. Anyway, where are we? All right. So keep a journal of thoughts and emotions during research. So as you're researching and a thought, I have my research logs that have, where I've been and all of that sort of thing during the day. Like I've got Goldie May I have is an extension on my computer that tracks all of the websites that I go to, tracks all the documents that I leave, and I can click on them to save that information because that's one that I need to know because it's one I've got to go back to or something like that. But it keeps track of everything for me. But I also have note, pen, and paper off to the side where I can go and jot down some notes about what I'm going through as I'm doing the research, how frustrated I'm getting, how upset I'm getting with this, how jubilant I'm feeling, how grateful I am that I found this. So that can help release some of the emotion as well. Meditate or take deep breaths while hitting a research brick wall. Sometimes you're too close that you can't see the door. And so you have to take that step back, either with meditation, taking some deep breaths, even stepping outside for fresh air after an intense research session just helps wake the body up. There are times that I will go and sit on the half wall in the garden there. We've got this planter that goes across the whole back of across the width of the backyard and down the side, about halfway down the side of the backyard as well. And there's just dirt on the other side, and it's just basically ground dirt. And there's times that I will sit on the half wall with my back to the sun, and I will take my slippers off or my shoes off, and I will scrunch my toes. It's hard packed dirt though, but I will still scrunch my toes in the dirt, and while taking deep breaths of fresh air. And sometimes that will help release everything. Another good one for doing is doing some stretching exercises. Yoga is a good thing for helping loosen up, because there are times that you're going to get so tense and tight up here with neck issues, upper shoulder issues. When I've been on the computer too long, my wrist starts playing up, and I've got tendonitis, tenosynovitis, and carpal tunnel in my wrist, which can be quite debilitating at times with the pain that goes through there. So there's times I've actually got to let go of the mouse. Sometimes I will transfer hands just because I don't want to get up from my chair at the time because I'm in the middle of something. So then it's sort of like, no, you have to take a break. And so I have to physically tell myself, Helen, you have to take a break now, and push myself away from the desk. And Ziffy's head will be up and she'll be looking at me, and even just turning around and getting for a few minutes and just giving her scratches and pets helps too. But getting outside and doing that fresh air, doing some yoga or some stretching exercises also helps loosen up all those muscles, especially in your neck, your shoulders, your arms. And of course, if you've got carpal tunnel, it starts here in the neck and shoulders. It's not actually in the end result is in the wrist, but it is caused by tension up in the neck and shoulders and the back muscles. So find a way to release that tension. So stretching, leaning up against a wall with like a, what do they call them over here? I call them like cricket balls. They're just really, really hard balls. In New Zealand, we have cricket balls, but they have a big ridge around the middle of them. So these are like cricket balls, but without the ridge around them. And they're hard rubber. And I put them between my shoulder blades, and then I just run it up and down the wall and move around on the wall to get And it's just the pressure of those pressure points that it helps release. And sometimes, and I don't have them in here right now, but sometimes I'll put them, start off with tennis balls and put them down behind into your lumbar area, just below the lumbar area. And that can help release some of the tension down there as well. Create a balance, and then number 3 on this part with self-care while doing genealogy is create a balance between past and present. Share findings with families instead of keeping them all to yourself, which is why I now do weekly updates with my clients. Organize photos or create a scrapbook. It's relaxing and creative. It's something that I love to do. Celebrate the small wins. Each record found is a step forward. And studies show that storytelling reduces stress. So take time to share your genealogy discoveries with others. Oh my gosh, I love that one. I'm a storyteller, so yeah, storytelling reduces stress. Well, it depends what sort of story you're telling. Find joy in family history. Share your story with others about what research in genealogy does for you. What does it do when you're researching genealogy? How does it make you feel? Everybody has their way to relax. Everybody has their activities to relax. And I know there are some people out there who will go mountain biking in crazy terrain, but for them, that's relaxing. Or they'll go run a marathon because for them, it's relaxing. Yeah. Or they'll go out and they'll go down to the gun club and go skeet shooting because they find that relaxing. I always come away with a very, very bruised shoulder because of the kickback and everything, even though it's all correctly placed and everything else and my stance is correct. I still get the kickback on those things and come away with a very tender, sore shoulder. I do not find that relaxing. Shooting the crap out of the skeet, yeah, I find that relaxing. I just don't find the after effects relaxing. In fact, I haven't shot a shotgun in, when was the last time Brad and I went to the gun club? When we lived in Virginia down there at Bull Run, they have a gun club down there where you can go skeet shooting, and you can either use one of the guns, the shotguns that are there, or you can bring your own. And Brad won one. I says, no, you're keeping it at a gun club if you get your own gun. I wasn't having them in the house, and so we would go down there. And must be at least 20 years since we did that. Let's see, 20 years. That would take us back to 2505. Yeah, that would probably be about right. But there's times I just rub up here because I can still feel it. Like there's times I'll watching a movie and they're out there, and they're out there shooting pheasants, they're duck shooting or whatever on the thing, and you'll see the kickback come up, and my shoulder just has a sympathy pang, a pang of pain from the sympathy of just a sympathy one. I know. So share your story with others about genealogy research and what it does for you, how it brings you joy, how it brings you peace, how you get this stress times, but you also get a relaxation time out of it. And then there's unexpected happy discoveries like finding a long lost relative and reconnecting with them, discovering an ancestor's inspiring journey, uncovering a family tradition that's still in place today, or uncovering a family tradition that's no longer in place and reinstating it. So in the comments below, share with us what your own experiences are with the joys and challenges of genealogy. How has genealogy impacted your emotions? And, taking care of yourself is just as important as preserving the past. Step away from research today and do something for yourself. Take a walk, write in a journal, share a family story with a loved one. And remember, genealogy is about connection, not just research. Take care of yourself, enjoy the journey, and keep uncovering those incredible family stories at a pace that feels right for you. Remember, it is a marathon. It is not a sprint. So with that, we are out of here. So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling rest of your day. I am going to go and have another piece of chocolate and just relax for the evening and see if I can get this headache, which is starting back up right along here again. See if I can get rid of that. But go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back. Oh, tomorrow's Monday, isn't it? So Monday, we will be on at 6:30 Pacific time, around that time, because that's when my class finishes between 6 and 6:30. So we're just saying 6:30. So we will see you back here tomorrow evening at 6:30 Pacific time.